Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're talking about lesson 8, multiplying and dividing by powers of 10 and ordering decimal numbers. Okay, so the first thing first is when we're multiplying by powers of 10, meaning 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 100,000, all of that, it's really nice because we just need to move the decimal. So in this case, we're multiplying by 100. We have 1, 2 zeros. That means we take our decimal and we move it 2 times. So now our new number is 47162331.4. So let's throw some commas in there. So 4,716,231.4 because all we had to do was move our decimals 2 spots. When you're multiplying, remember when you're multiplying by a power of 10, you want to move your decimal to the right. We will be talking about division on that one coming up. Okay, so this one is, we again look at our zeros here and we see 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So we're going to take our decimal and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And our new number is now 316 and 52 hundredths. 316 and 52 hundredths. Now dividing, you move the other way. You move to the left. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3 zeros. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 spot, but notice we're going to have to create a spot. So we have 0.04132. So just keep that in mind that if you bunny hop an extra spot, you need to create a spot for that. Okay, so for this guy, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. We're going to move. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to have to create 2 extra zeros. So it's going to be 0.0048512. So the notes for your notebook, you want to make sure multiply to the right, divide goes to the left. Okay, now let's talk about putting decimals on a number line. So you'll see for this first number line right here, okay, I had to get a piece of paper to cover that up as we work. So on my number line here, I have 6 and I have 7. What comes exactly in between 6 and 7 is 6 and a half, or 6.5, 6 and 5/10, right? So what we notice here is that if we put a 0, we have like 60 and 70, and right in the middle is 65 if you kind of ignore those decimals. That's a really easy way of looking at this, because then when we move on to something like this, what comes right smack dab in the middle? Well, that was a terrible middle. I didn't even get close. Oh, pretend that's the middle. Let's add some zeros here. We have 6, and now once you've added your zeros, ignore them, and we have 610, 620. Well, right smack dab in the middle is 615. So notice without that 0, it'd be 6.1, and this would be 6.15. So you've got to be very careful about that. Adding those zeros helps. Let's take a look at this one. We have 6 and 12 hundredths. So I'm going to add some zeros here, and 6 and 13 hundredths. Right smack dab in the middle. This time I'll try and be a little closer. So we have 120, 130. What comes in between 120 and 130? 6 and 125. So you can see by adding zeros, you're able to place things on your number line a little bit easier. So let's talk about that. For example, number 5, we want to order from the least to the greatest. Like I said, adding zeros makes it a lot easier. So what we're going to do is, it looks like we need 1, 2, 3, 4 decimals, or 4 digits after our decimal. This one is missing a digit, so I'm just going to throw an extra 0 in there, because adding zeros at the end after your decimal doesn't change anything. Let's do that for this guy here. Now that they all have the same number of digits, we can just compare the numbers. So it looks like we have 732. That's going to be our smallest one. So 0.0732 is our smallest one. And then we have 4,260 or 426. Oh, I messed up. Look at that. 426 is smaller. My bad. Sorry, guys. 0.0426. And then 0.0732. Now we have 4,260 and 7,320. So 426, and I won't add the 0 because it wasn't originally on there. And then 732. So that is the order that they go in from the least to the greatest. Okay, let's take a look at our practice problems here. So I'm going to back up to right here. So let me get these back up So pause the video if you need to. Actually, you probably need to see A and B there first. So pause the video, then come on back and we'll go through these together to see how you did. Okay, so on your answers should look something like this. Let me get in a little closer. If they do not look like that, then stick around and we will talk about how to make them look like that. Okay, so looking at A here, we are multiplying. So we're gonna go take our decimal. That, remember, if it's not shown, it's at the end, and we're gonna move it 1, 2 spots. So our new number is 4162, and we moved it 2 spots, which means we need to create 2 placeholders for it. So this is 416,200. Now dividing means we go the other way. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and we get 41 and 62/100ths. All right, let's look at C here. Now we're multiplying. So we want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. We got to create a 0 there. So we're going to end up with 734,260. So that's 734,260. Now dividing that same number, 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this time we have to create 2 extra holding spots in order to move that all the way over. So 0.0073416. All right, let's graph these guys on a number line. Now, conveniently, they are already put in here for us. They each have 3 digits beyond, behind the decimal, okay? So for this guy, what I'm gonna do is say, looks like our smallest one is 423, and our biggest one is 460. So what I'm gonna do is say, this is 0.420, and then I'm going to say this guy is 0.460, like that. So that way I can make it a little even. So then we say, okay, I'm going to do this with a pencil because I know I will mess this up. So let's say we go, so 30, 40, 50, maybe make it like right there. All right, so 30, 40, and 50. Okay, so let's do that with a pen now. So 30, 40, and 50. So this is 0.430, 0.440, 0.450, and then 0.460. Okay, so now we can put these guys in order. 0.4, so 423 is gonna come like somewhere probably right around here. So that's 0.423. Sorry, that's a little small there. And then 460 is all the way at the end here. So 0.460. 445 is gonna be right smack dab in between 440 and this guy right here. So we're gonna say 0.445 and then 0.453. That's gonna be like somewhere right around here. So 0.453. So putting those guys on a number line. Okay, the order from least to greatest for these guys. Remember, you have to have the same number of digits behind the decimal. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta add another one here and another here. All right, if I just disregard those decimals, I have 3,210, I have 945, I have 950, and I have 3,199 if I were to disregard those decimals, right? So that means our smallest one is gonna be this guy right here. This is number 1. Number 2 would be this guy. Number 3 would be, this one down here is gonna be less than this guy up here. So there is your order. If you have any questions, let me know below. Otherwise, great job, and I look forward to seeing you next time.